Okay, this is how you start a stream. Okay, so the camera's here. I'm gonna try and remember the camera's here, but my laptop's here. Do you see this chaos in front of you? I hope you do, because honestly, it's a mess. I'm just gonna okay, sound's definitely coming through. Right, so this mess in front of you is me getting ready for Nats, basically. And you've caught me in the middle of trying to find one sleeve amongst all this chaos. But I'd like to say this is what the normal... Oh, there is! There is! I found it! Oh, I found it. So, context. Putting a deck together. These are obviously the OCG pendulum sleeves. And the deck I'm putting together, spoiler, is a pendulum deck. So as you can see, I was working my way towards making sure they all had the same sleeve. And a friend gave me these. They only gave me 15 of them because that's all I needed. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to buy another pendulum pack because I only ever really need one pendulum deck in rotation. And I couldn't find the last one. And it was sitting on a gold access code. So I'll take that. Thank you very much. Yeah, anyway. With that madness out of the way, welcome to a live stream. Like, I haven't done a live stream for a long time, and basically what I'm going to do is give everyone that's going to Nationals a insider preview of what I may or may not be playing. Now, I thought this would be kind of cool to catch up with you guys, answer any of the questions you might have. I quite like doing these live Q&As because I think they kind of work nicely, but also at the exact same time I will be putting together 4 options that I have for Nationals. I've got one more local left where I can test and get prepared. So, yeah, and I had it, my selection of decks has changed over the past few days. Like there's one that's always been constant. I'm like, okay, I really want to play this deck because I enjoy it the most. But then the more and more I test it, the more I'm like, oh, there's too many there's too many parts for it. And I feel that it may be the deck that I take to Euros if a certain card is announced. And the issue is when we go to Euros, it actually, like Euros changes, the format changes. Whether we have a ban list or not, it doesn't really make much of a difference. But as soon as we get to Euros, not only do we get Battles of Legend that drops, which will introduce Infernoid support and Ritual Beast support, and Ice Barrier support. Not saying it's going to make them tier 0 or huge contenders, but I wouldn't be surprised if I stumble across a couple of players playing those decks. And then off the top of that as well, you'll also have Info, and Info brings along with it loads of support cards as well as the Fiendsmiths, and I highly expect the Fiendsmiths will be high rarity, high chased, and just generally a pain in the backside to like they can just be a special engine in any deck, which is really quite crazy. So yeah, so the plan is just to kind of get prepared for Nationals. I'll kind of semi-build these. I want to try and get these, because obviously I work during the week, so it's going to be very difficult for me to be able to build and test throughout the week, and I don't really want to be building and testing these last minute. Like, I could take a couple of these to the Nationals Friday with me to do some last minute testing, just to be like, yeah, okay, I like it this way, or what kind of changes do I want to make. But then after that, it then gets a little bit, like, I kind of still want to have them ready. I want them to all have their hand traps in it, so that I don't need to be doing any last minute, because as soon as I leave the house on Friday morning, that's it. Like, I don't really want to be buying more cards than I actually need when I'm down there. So it's basically, it's going through making sure each of the decks have their baseline cards that I'm going to need for them, and then build off the back of it. So I haven't really introduced what the decks I'm going to be playing, but the options are, make sure that they're all in frame. Chimera Illusion, but I don't know which version yet. I actually played the Melodious version and really enjoyed it, but when I took it to an OTS championship, all I saw, need to get rid of that sleeve, all I saw was the Melodious engine, which is all well and good, but I didn't see ostinato. It was always like tam tam, or it was always refrain, and I had to like use that as the normal, not refrain, sorry, yeah, refrain. So I always had to use that as my normal summon, and yeah, it was just a pain in the backside. So the other options are stuff like the rank 6 version, which basically just doesn't use the brand. It's like the engine is pretty standard, so I'll move these out of the way and I'll just show you. Like, I can't imagine that any of this will change when you're building, no matter which version of the deck you go with. Like, this will pretty much stay the same as what you're gonna go with. Like, I'd be amazed if it doesn't. So it'd be 3 Mirror Swords, 1 Dear Bells, 3 Nightmares, which I'll get to in a minute. I'm just gonna get past the Melodious cards, and you'll see how much space the Melodious then offers up. So 3 Mirror Sword Knight, there's the second Nightmare Apprentice, it's 3 Gazelles, 2 Big Wings, 3 Kotals, there you go, there's the third Nightmare Apprentice with the Dear Bells, 1 Master Tau. So that's pretty standard, and then it's whether you want to play 2 or 3 Chimera Fusions. I probably want to play 3, which means I've got to find where my third one is. And this is where the Chaos is going to come into play, because I've got like all the decks all over the place from where I've been building and testing and changing and just generally juggling everything around. So try and move hand traps all together, because I'm going to have to try and find all my different rarities so they can all be split into the right decks. I know, first world problems. But yeah, it's kind of like deciding, do I want to play the branded version of this, which the issue is it just locks you, fusion locks you. Like, you're only ever going to be playing fusions in the deck. You could play a couple in the extra deck that aren't, but then when you do something like that, you've got to be careful that you will fusion lock yourself. So that's kind of an option. And then you also have the rank 6 version, which I talked to you about, which is basically you end up using stuff like Beatrice. You can set up some of your interruptions. You can also go into Lars, and Lars is picking up a lot of traction right now. I'm going to have to find my third Chimera Fusion, wherever that may be. Yeah, and then the other one is obviously the Melodious. So Edgement Chain now goes into this. I'm going to need to adapt the ratio of that one. Ash is a hand trap, so Ostinato, Patchwork, Tam Tam, Ostinato, Refrain, Poly, Patchwork, Couplet, Ostinato, Refrain, Poly, Ash, and Ash. So like straight away, this would take up, I think I cut this down to its base minimum that I could play around with it, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So straight away you lose 8 spaces in the main deck, which is absolutely fine, which would let me open this up a little bit more. There's definitely supposed to be 3 chains, so I don't know where the third chain's gone. Should be a 3-2-2. So I've obviously sided some out. Are they under here? Yeah, there we go. There's the third Chimera Fusion. No third chain. Some people play the Wax. I just don't know if it survives the battle phase, to be honest with you. Okay, so what am I missing now? So Ash Blossom, I'll deal with all the hand traps. I'll divvy those out later on. So there's the third Chimera Fusion. So I'm missing the chain. There's a chain in this bundle over here. So I keep my branded and my Chimera cards together, because obviously they pretty much like use each other, I suppose. No chain, so that might be in another pile somewhere. Right, so I'm just going to read up some comments. So Dave here, I was testing with Illusion Dark World and it was good, but when it bricked, it bricked. Yeah, I tried playing around with that. Pure Build, is it branded the better version in the meta? What I just said, Melodious is the better version. I mean, so that was from Joe Boy, the Golden Lord. So like, Melodious, in my opinion, is better than the branded version, just because it's just a 1 card. Like, and if they ash it, you're not locked into anything. You can still play around, do whatever you need to do. However, on the flip side, with the branded version, you're only playing 3 branded fusion and 2 Albaz. So you're playing a 5-card engine, whereas with the Melodious engine, you're playing an 8-card engine and 5 of them are bricks, whereas in the branded version, only 2 of them are bricks in the form of the Albazes. So yeah, it's risk and reward. Like, literally, if you were to say, do you want Ostinato in your hand or branded fusion, you take Ostinato, 100% of the time. Like if it's just a one card, well, a card for card, one off, Ostenato, in my opinion. The issue is it's risk and reward. So I feel that in its place, so at the moment, let's see where we're at. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that's giving you 15 spaces to play around with, right? Now, the current state of the game is that 15 spaces is 15 hand traps, which is mental. But technically what you could do is you could play the Nadir package plus the branded package, which is, and the reason you play the Nadir package is you could also play the Winderlock, which I think the Winderlock is pretty powerful in this format. I don't feel a lot of people are prepared for it, and if you're able to back that up with all of the other cards that your illusion deck will naturally make, it will cause a lot of issues. Okay, so we're at 25 here. So we've got 15 cards to play around with, and then obviously I've got to build a side deck. And I did have my side deck for it over here when I used it last, because there was actually a lot of very cool interactions that I like to use with it. See all this bundle here. That's what I'm saying. I've just got cards, stack of cards all over the place now, which is a real pain. So I need to try and tidy up as I go. Multitasking, not one of my strong suits. But it's kind of cool. I really do like the way the deck plays, so I don't have an issue with it in that sense. But oh, hello. Gonna need you for later. I'm gonna need you for later as well. Yeah, I like the way it plays. I just feel that there's a couple of susceptible moments. Is it in here? Yeah, here we go. So this is what I really liked when I took it to the OTS Championship, and the issue is I only ever resolved it once. Is you can play the barrier statue. So the free cards that you can send off of your Chimera Fusion is you can send either the barrier statue, which is quite useful, the King Tiger for the Ubel matchup, or what I quite like was the Archfiend Heiress. And the reason you would send the Archfiend Heiress is you can banish it to grab you. Sorry, when it's sent, you get to grab the Simul Archfiends. And this is basically just like a full turn D barrier, but it also covers links as well. So this turn, neither player can special summon monsters with the same card type, Ritual Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link, they already control. So it's basically like I say it's a D barrier, it's not really a D barrier, it's a Tikaboo / D barrier. It's like if they already control a fusion, they can't go into another fusion unless they get that fusion monster off the board. Not using that fusion monster as material, but they have to like tribute it off or flip it face down or something else. So obviously it works quite nicely with links as well. So if your opponent is needing to use their link to go into another link or link climb or anything else, this could be really, really helpful. But it was very specific. Again, I haven't tested this enough without the Ostinato engine. So like now I open up 15 slots in the main deck. You could probably need a card like Branded Fusion in there, really. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. So Dave here, my Pure Illusion deck, I added a Havnis, a Grapha and a Silver since it can be searched with Gazelle. So I used Beatrice to send Grapha, then Havnis in Ops turn. Cross out of 1 D barrier and an Ash. I mean, that's something I was massively considering. Like, you've got 15 cards, so you can now just go pure, play the branded engine, which is 5 cards, puts you up to a 30 card deck, and then you put in the 10 more cards can then be 3 cross out, and then you could play 2 Ash, 2 Imperm, 2, I don't even think Ogre's that much of an issue for the deck. 2 Mourners, I suppose, and then 1 other card if you wanted to. So that's your 10 cards. You're basically, you want between 10 to 15 is hand traps or anti-hand traps. You should probably be looking at stuff like talents as well, can be pretty damaging. And you still get that supporting engine in the form of the Branded Fusion. I think you're either going down the Branded Fusion route, or the rank 6 route is pretty much the pure route. So that's something to kind of consider. Bobalala, how did you grow so much hair? I'm just naturally, just how it works, I'm afraid. Just naturally, just too much hair. Like a Chewbacca on legs. Well, Chewbacca already has legs, but Chewbacca in human form, I guess. Okay, so, I mean, I'm kind of at a stalemate on the illusion. Let me try and find my extra deck for it. So if you go over the branded version, you take Rimbrum, you take Albion, you take Mirror Jade, Guardian Chimera. Don't need Brand Grignol, Quietus, Lubellin. I mean, technically I could play Titanic Clad, but probably wouldn't. So it'd be those. So that's the branded route, and then just the normal route is that. I did like when I was testing this, and when I did take it to the OTS, what I did like, these are all important. Oh, you got Super Poly as well, to be fair. What I did like when I took it to the OTS Championship is I was never really afraid of D-Barra. I was never really afraid of being locked out because I had that ability to go, you know what, okay, cool, I'm actually going to go into... I can actually go into a different extra deck summon type, which was pretty cool. So... if I go down the Nadir route, I'd probably want Mudragon, Natis. I'd take that. So I'll play 2 Guardian Chimeras. Drakus the Pellet's Super Poly option as well. App Clone. Garura. I mean, that's the other thing. It's like Super Poly as well. It's just really good. What is that? That's just fluff. Fluff. But I still can't find my Chimeras. Where are my Chimera cards? I definitely don't think I'm going to play the Melodious Engine. I mean, I tested it and it just bit me in the backside so much. Thank you, Law. Says good luck for Nationals. Thank you very much. What have we got? Dracoven. There you go. English, good start. Dracoven. Sup, dude? Hello. And the Mordy 69. Hello. So, this is the one I'm most excited about, actually. This one just out of frame. It's one that I was looking back over and I was like, oh, I haven't played this for ages. And then I stumbled across some plays and some comments that were left and I was like, completely forgot about that. So that one I actually really want to test out, which I'll talk about in a minute. I just want to try and finish off. I don't really want to be bouncing you lot around all the different decks. I want to try and get one finished and then build off the back of it. Are they all in here? They shouldn't be. They should all be in... I try to keep all my extra deck cards in matching-esque sleeves. And what I mean by that is like my Chimera cards should all be in the branded bordered sleeves. But I think I might have messed... Oh no, I wasn't lying. They are all in my branded bordered sleeves. There we go. Cool. I know some people play 2 of that as well, which is interesting. Okay, so what have we got at the moment? I mean, no matter what version you are playing, you are going to be playing 2 of this guy. There was times when I was testing it, I really wanted to play 2 of this guy, which obviously I can do in the pure version. So you'd definitely be playing that. Play 1 of this. I know people are playing this as well, the Magnum, the Reliever, because you're actually using Poly now. So it's very tricky. 2, 4, 5. So that's only like, that's 1/3 of the extra deck sorted. But then it still leaves branded option, Super Poly. Well, you'd still play the Guardian Chimera regardless, so probably 2 of those go in. Let's swap this sleeve and sleeves out. Make sure they match. Do I have a stack of my sleeves all over the place as well? There we go. So they all go with Albaz sleeves. I know it kind of telegraphs what I play anyway, but it just helps me kind of keep track of it all. I need to get a second QC Guardian Chimera. Ugh. Do I have any more? Where are my border sleeves? Border sleeves are all over here. Dark World Dark. There we go. Branded. Make sure they all match in a minute. They probably should. I hope they should. Nope. Oh, I put them all in the 25th. Damn it. There we go. At least I checked that one. What have we got? What build is this? Branded Chimera Illusion Dark World. It's not Illusion Dark World. I mean, I would love to. I can't wait for Fiendsmiths to come out. I really can't. Like, I can't wait for Fiendsmiths Dark Worlds. Oh, I could really take Fiendsmiths Dark Worlds to Euros. That'd be sick. De Carlo. In Italy at the Nationals tournament, many brought Snake Eyes, Fire Kings, and Snake Eyes Day 1. Do I expect it to be different in the UK? I mean, I literally just finished watching the Italian nationals. I saw Nesh on the last round was playing like the Snake Eyes with the Cashteras. I feel Snake Eyes, no matter what variant is being played, they're definitely going to be highly... It's evident that they are the most competitive deck. Like, I've watched all of the national streams so far that we've had, and it's been like Snake Eyes dominate. Like, I watched the American one the other week that they had, their YCS, and you just see the power of Snake Eyes. Like, top 8 was 7 Snake Eyes and one Labyrinth, I think. It is just so versatile because with the amount, it has so much space for hand traps, which means that they can play the crackback game. It's got so much graveyard recursion, so it can play the grind and resource management. And then all of its cards are just so low commitment. So, and I feel it's probably like one of the best suited decks to play through hand traps. Unless you're playing a deck like Stun, which basically says your hand traps do nothing to me. And I feel that's the other issue as well, is that I also quite like the idea of playing a deck that doesn't play hand traps. And what I mean by that is, if everyone is now on crossout, it's like, what is the success rate of a hand trap actually resolving right now? Like, if I use a Ash Blossom on someone's deck, that would slow them down, not end their turn, and they just go, okay, cross out. Even when it, like, what I'm saying is, when you activate Ash, if you Ash a Brand of Fusion, in the past, it was like 99.9% of the time that was going to end their turn. Now, if you Ash an opponent's Brand of Fusion, not only will they might have a way to keep playing, but they also now have the way to go cross out as well. So, like, your chance of successfully resolving a hand trap that ends a turn is a lot lower. So I'm kind of like, well, do I just, like, if everyone's playing free cross out, do I just not main deck hand traps, and then straight away my opponent has 3 completely dead cards in their deck, and then continue to try and use those free spaces for some... Well, because it wouldn't be free spaces, would it? It'd be more than free spaces. Like, we've already just talked that if I was to play cross out in the hand traps, it'd be 10 spaces in here. It's like, I don't really want my opponent to go, okay, cool, cross out the hand trap that I've just played, because then it's just like, all right, yes, they've lost the card, but if they're able to just rebuild their hand or carry playing through, it just doesn't make any bloody difference. Rainbow Staple, love the oversleeves, they look sick. They do. Unfortunately, I don't think any of them are actually legal for for nationals. Like, that one's got the hand that overlays on... I'll have to take these all off anyway for Nats, but this one has the hand that overlays a bit of text. The dark ones for my Ubel deck cover up the attack at the bit at the bottom. The Dark Magician Girl ones, obviously none of these are official either, so like you can't use them. I'm assuming it falls under the accessories category part. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to use my new mat, because I had a friend, so massive shout out to Leo again on this one, he put this together for me. I sent him the design across, and then Konami came out with the whole win out ban in like custom mats, and I was like, oh damn, but I really like my mat that has, like, it's very basic. The only thing it's got branded, I don't know if you see it on the mat, I see it on the camera, but the only thing that has it branded is I've got my little Zephyr logo at the bottom, because we wanted to kind of do these as cheap 2-player cloth mats for like more people to be able to play and use, and just have zones. We just wanted basic zones, because there's been a lot of times where you see people like, oh, activate this card here, oh wait, and then move it across there, because then they click and realise that there was an impermanent column, and it's like, hang on a minute bro, you put it here. And all the times we like, what column is that? And you know instantly, like, if you play a card here, right, kind of stick with me this one, if my opponent has activated an imperm in this column here, or if I've activated an imperm in this column here, right, and my opponent goes, activate this card, and they don't have zones on their mat, but they kind of like put the card here, and I'm like, what zone is that? As soon as I say that, that will then trigger their memory to go, oh, there was an imperm in that column, so, oh, is this column here, is this zone here? And it's like, well, it's not, you wanted to put it centre, but... So I know Field Centre's can help you with that kind of bit, but I just like the idea that I really wanted a cloth mat with zones on it, and I get one, and then can I be like, here, we're banning that stuff. I'm like, bruh. I get it. Obviously, I've already said my bit about that. Trying to catch back up on all this. My point, it'll take too long. Imagine if Super Holy Discard wasn't a cost, but was a card effect. Oh, what a dream. What a dream that would be. Well, it'd be a dream and a nightmare. It'd be a dream for some of the decks I play, but it'd also be a nightmare, because then obviously everyone can do that. It's like, okay, cool, discard Chiron, double fuse. Alright, cheers, bro. Bobolola, what do you think about building Dark World without silver? I've been wanting to play it, but I only play Yu-Gi-Oh! In the form of Master Duel, Maxi format, and the Dark World and silver is banned. You can play it without silver. With Dark World without silver, what have I put there? Dark Worlds without silver, it just loses its go first hand rip capabilities, which is fine. Like, it means the deck's not degenerate, because a hand rip, it doesn't matter how you spin it. Hand rip in any form of the mana is degenerate. Okay, doesn't mean I'm not going to play it. Like, if I really like Dark Worlds, I'm not going to nerf myself. But in Master Duel, because it's banned, you just have to adapt to the Master Duel list. Like, you take silver out, you'd play Maxi. You'd probably, which is fine, because it kind of gives you that go second option. And then what you'd be aiming to do with Dark Worlds is you'd aim to either deck them out, which would be incredibly funny, or you aim, if they maxi you, or you aim to set up the Grepher Fusion, you aim to set up multiple negates. It's just a little bit more tricky, because then they still have their cards to play with, and that's an issue. Because obviously the whole idea of the hand rip, when you put up such an important board, is you're like, right, okay, I've put up 2 negates. It means no matter what you top deck, unless you're top decking a Droplet or a Dark Ruler no more, I'm going to negate those 2 cards, and then it's game over. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Master Duel. I think I get why, and I understand some players really do like it, but I mean, it's kind of treated as a separate format. So a format onto its own. But I really wish there was a feature on there that let you play and test it with the current, like, you could literally go tick OCG ban list or tick TCG ban list, and it'll go, right, okay, cool, reshuffle everything, and you could play actual decks. I know it'd be a little bit tricky, because then it would never be up to date. But like, I would love Master Duel to have been an online simulator that you could also test for events for as well. And I think they would have got a lot more people playing it on top of that. Like, if you had Master Duel format, but this format as well, I think that probably would have been kind of cool. How well does the Fiendsmith work in Dark World? Like, in crazy good. Crazy good. It's a rank 6 engine. I think I've got the proxies over here to one side, actually. It not just Dark World, it will work in anything. Do I have the Fiendsmith monster? Yeah. Like, is that it? Yeah. The engine's cracked. Everyone I guarantee is going to be playing this, and I expect at the very least this guy, the main Fiendsmith, and this guy will probably be a secret. That's not the right fusion, that's the 3 monster fusion, but there is another fusion as well. But the idea is you now have the ability to get into a rank 6. There you go, there's the other fusion. So it's a very minimalised engine, which you can also play the spell card, which basically searches it out anyway. And the card you discard is people are playing the Fabled Lorry, because the Fabled Lorry is just a level 1 fiend that summons itself. So you'd activate something like Tractus, add the Fiend Lorry, if you don't already have it, discard it. Fiend Lorry becomes the Requiem, because it's just the one light Fiend monster. And this lets you special summon, you can only special summon it once per turn, but you get to choose this card and then special summon a Fiend Swiss monster from your hand or deck, which gives you this guy. And then if it's in the graveyard, you get to shove another light Fiend monster from the graveyard into the decoration and special summon it. So basically, from one card, you add Lorry, you discard Lorry, you go into Requiem. Requiem Tributes gets you this guy. Anything gets this off the board. This can then spin back and gets, you've just got a floater. It's just insane. And then you've got the fusion monsters that they go into and everything. I'm expecting these to be like 3 secrets and 2 ultras. I reckon they're going to get such a high rarity kind of bump. It's going to be mental. Like, the deck, it's just so good for Fiend decks, and I really wish it had a clause in it that locked you into Fiends, because then it would be like, right, okay, cool. It'll work in Dark Worlds, it'll work in Ubel, but it can't be utilised as an engine, but now it can just be utilised as an engine, which is, you know, annoying. Your profile's brought me success at locals, the most outside of branded Eldritch Drytron a few years back. Excellent. The most outside of branded Eldritch Drytron a few years ago. Good. I really do enjoy Dark World. I just feel that Dark Worlds are very easy to go, this isn't the right format for the deck, and not this particular format. Like, I think the deck can still do well this format, but I think they're very easily, like, if people are naturally, like, people weren't naturally maining Droll because of Dark World, they were naturally maining Droll because the main meta deck loses to Droll. And it's like, if people are already main decking that and your deck nearly auto loses to it, you have to start adapting. And that's where I started to use the Quackimiro Guardian and everything else, which works out really, really nicely. because you're basically saying, right, I've got a 1 of 3 chance of seeing or a 3 of 40 chance of seeing a cocky Mirror Guardian, you've got a 3 of 40 chance of seeing your droll. At the end of the day, it just comes down to luck. If you see it before I do, yeet. If you see it before I do, then, okay, you probably win that duel. But if I see it, or if I'm able to stop you stopping my hand rip, I'm probably going to win that one. So let's move these out of the forefront. I'm not really making much progression here, so Ubel is probably the most nearly complete one. So, and I need to change the sleeves over for Nats anyway. But this one I've got to get a bit of last minute test. Well, I probably do need to get some testing in on this one. I'll have to tie this up, sort it out. Snake Eyes are ridiculously overturned. Yeah, I mean, it's just too many of it, and I feel that the issue is like the good players that know how to play it, they're just too good with it. So like when the top 64s are just that dominated by one single deck, it does get a little bit. It's like, bruh, if you're going to build a deck that specifically beats Snake Eyes, which is absolutely fine, but you then focus on one deck more than the other, which just doesn't really help you. So let me try and catch on some of these. I was thinking of maybe building a blind go second Dark World deck. Gold is basically silver, but he pops it. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to play in Master Duels, going blind second could be actually really good for you. Gold, I really rate gold in that sense as well. I think he puts in a lot of work. Oh, this is all my side deck cards. What are you doing here? Oh, there we go. There's my main deck. There's more side deck cards. Boff. Right, let's move these out of the way. Try and get Ubel tidied up. I'll go from there. So, Full Gas Illusion Dark World is the way when everyone plays cross out. Interesting. Spanish Nationals, nobody questioned custom playmats, only if feature match we were not allowed to use it. Yeah, I mean, was it, let me just try and find it. I don't think it was actually announced for, was it announced for Spain? I don't think it was it? Yugioh banned custom mats. Try and find the official policy updates, that's probably what I should have looked at. Right, okay, so all WCQ main events and world qualifying points, playoff participant, blah blah blah. Let's try and find the official one. So Yu-Gi-Oh policy updates. It's May 2024, wasn't it? I thought it was only. Oh, was it European? Okay. Assault hedge judge, like, it's only a game, why you have to be so mad? Come on, it usually tells you where the updates are. I don't want to read the whole thing. I'll tell you what, let's do this the easier way, shall we? Okay, so we would like to give advance notice to a policy which will be in effect for the 2024 World Championship qualifier events in Europe. Oh wow, it did include. Damn. I didn't realise it was everywhere. It's a shame. All WCQ main event and world qualifying points playoff participants must. Alright, well, I mean, like, maybe you'll get away with it. Obviously, I feel like the grey areas, you don't want people pushing their luck. Like, there's I don't want to go into this one because I've already done a video, but there's a reason that this rule was brought in, and I'm not being funny, but some people were just, yeah, time and a place for certain things. So I could understand why it was brought in. Like, when it was brought in, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this. I was like, I mean, like I said, the second they brought in that rule about people having to wear deodorant or you'd be kicked out of the venue, just kind of made me go, what? Like, what are we doing? I get it, you have a sweaty day, but like, bring deodorant, go change, go get freshened up. Like, I don't like smelling sweaty. I want to get freshened up. I'll be like, damn, as soon as I get home from a sweaty day, I'm like, yo, I am jumping in a shower. Anyway, I digress. Oh, I've pretty much nearly already sorted this one. That's a good start. 100% agree with the zone stuff. The policy update sucks. Is it not just features? It wasn't just features. That was the issue. apparently people, they definitely were getting complaints. They were getting complaints from like parents, from Dragon Dolls, and also probably some other people as well. It wasn't just the kids or the kids' parents. I mean, I've never really had feature matches, not an issue. Like, I would, if you're like, yeah, bro, you have to play with this map. I'm like, yeah, all right, sure, I'm down. Like, I'm on a feature match. It's like, I'm up for that. I kind of don't want to. I've got one locals tomorrow, and I don't really want to play Ubel because I know what it does. It would just be like extra levels of protection of preparation. Need to put that back in there. Is it just hand traps that I'm missing on this one as well? Quite possibly. Nice ponytail. It's not a ponytail, it's a man bun. Not that makes it any cooler. Feet Ash play matches way. You're welcome, Babalala. I mean, like, I still feel Konami missed so many different options. I really do. Like, literally, all they'll need to do, if I was Konami, I'd be buying in the OCG sleeves and then selling them, like, shipping them back out here. But they don't. We don't get nearly enough as the OCG sleeves get. And then the border sleeves, like, Konami have only ever officially released one border sleeve, and they weren't even TCG. They were OCG, and they were the Egyptian hieroglyphs around the side. And, like, they weren't even TCG available. So, technically, the TCG has never had any Konami official border sleeves. So anyway, where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Right, so now we only have 13 spaces for the Ubel build. I play my Ubel build a little bit different to most. I really want to put the Dear Servant back in. I quite enjoyed when I did that. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got a bit of space in that one to play around with as well. Let's get the hand traps in there. I want to try and get one deck complete, or at least tidied up. So prosperity for sure. Call by missing. And I'm going to have to double check that there is call by in there, otherwise if I end up putting 2 call buys in my list, that's a no-no. There's the free pros, not that I need free posps. I can't find my third Super Wallet. Where are my ashes and everything? Am I just going past them? Yeah, there we go, ashes and imperms. Ashes and imperms are like the first 2 that go in my lists, so... I mean, my Ubel sleeves are going to need to be changed up, possibly. For like, I got given a warning once for. This was before we were allowed to double sleeve, and I double sleeved my Dino deck, and I completely forgot because obviously I double sleeved it for locals, and then didn't check it when I went to an event. So it just kind of shows you that you may get lucky, and a judge might be like, "Yo, bro, you can't have your sleeves, you can't have your deck double sleeved." And you're like, oh, damn, I'm sorry, I left them on for locals. And they're like, yeah, right, take them off. You can't do that. And you'd be like, yeah, okay, cool, thanks, Judge. But if they really want to be one, which is fine, because like that's what they're there for, then they could be like, yeah, sorry, I'm going to have to give you a warning. I'm like, really? Round 1? Like, I would understand if it was like maybe round 3 or 4, or if someone had already taught you and they kept an eye on you and you'd already had it, I'd be like, yo, I'm giving you a warning. Like, I'm actually giving you a warning now. I've told you once, like, it's an honest mistake. If I tell you once and you go, it's an honest mistake, you kind of go, it was an honest mistake, that's fine, okay? Please take them off, you can't use it. And it's just like, I've been given, I know I digress a little bit, but I've been given like I think I've been given 2 warnings. And they're so, like, if you deserve them, then you deserve them. But, like, if you get them just because the judge is bored that day and wants to give you a warning, you're like, really? Really going to do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. We have 2 more spaces. Do we go with triple tactic talents? I think talents is a funnier one way to punish your opponent, though, to be honest. Just because it's like, I really want to try on the Deer 7 package again. Do I put it up to 42? Gives me 5 spaces to work with. You need to swat out sleeves! I did actually get some cards in these sleeves the other day, and I was like, I should probably put those sleeves on one side because I've run out of them. Don't know how many of you guys are going to Nats, but I hope you, if you are, good luck. Unless we face each other and then it's going down. I'm joking. Oh dear. Well, I appreciate the judge discipline, however. I feel some can be power hungry, and I disagree with that at the tournament end. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's not like, and again, I don't know where you're talking from, Drakov. I don't know if you're like American or anything, but we have like ticket wardens here. Basically, what a ticket warden is someone that will give you a ticket on your car. And it's like they have a quota to meet, and I'm hoping that the judges at like big events don't have a quota. It's not like, right guys, you need to make sure that you are that you have given out 7 warnings today, because if you haven't, you're not going to be allowed to come back. And you're like, right, really? I kind of want to test out this package again, but I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, Nightmare Phoenix. Got to remember to put Nightmare Phoenix back in here. That actually worked a treat the last time. This looks like a bigger sleeve. Oh, could be wrong. Oh, not cool. Right, I need one more Dark Demon sleeve. That's just what I'm calling it. There you go. There's a Dark Demon sleeve. That's on the talents. Save that for later. Okay, where are we at? Nearly there on this one. What are these? These are all Ashes and Ogres. I'll use those for other stuff. Oh, Ghost Ogre as well. Damn, do I want to make deck go to 42? Why is there so many different options? This is the issue with Snake Eyes. With Snake Eyes, you're like, yeah, okay, cool. 10 Snake Eye cards, 20 hand traps, 3 crossouts. So much space for flexibility. It's the same with Tenpai as well. Tenpai, like, yeah, cool. 12 Tenpai cards, 15 of else. Oh, there you go. There's one there. There's one there. One there. One there. One there. One there. One there. So it's just like, stop it. Oh, there you go. There's my Super Poly. Oh, there's my Debirus. Oh, okay. So I'm going to need that stuff. That stuff's obviously important stuff. Ghost Ogre is actually a real pain in the arse to face with Ubel, because they just hit your pain. I think that's the issue with Ubel, is as soon as they go, they know what you're. Oh no, Dracovan, don't tell me you're a judge. You're like head judge something, just use an alias. You're going to come find me and give me a game loss. I'm like, bro, what did I do? UK used to love your podcast, bring it back. I remember UK Nats last year, and I was playing against a younger player, and he had his dad supervising him, had a casket on his leg for context. As long as he didn't have like a headphone in, he was like, yo bro, he's got this card, so activate this card now. He sent it to his kid. A judge told him to stand. What? To which I called the judge out. Didn't care about a warning or anything. Why? Why? Yeah, I really want to bring the podcast back. I just haven't had enough time to do it. Like, to get myself, like, I would happily just record myself chatting, doing all the segments. I really did like the format of it. Just blowing smoke on my own arse, but I like the format of it. But to get me and then other people down for the podcast was just it was so difficult to do. Venom, Power Sync Stone. What the hell is that? Power Sync Stone. Why do I feel like someone's already shown this to me? Each time a monster effect is activated, place a spell stone counter on this card, maximum 2. Well, there's 2 spell stone counters, neither player can activate the effects of face-up monsters on the field. Also, the effect of face-up monsters on the field are negated. If this card has a spell... Why? Why is that better than Skill Drain? Power Stones works well. Gives you a little flex to apply pressure to your opponent as you activate a hand trap. They can only activate one monster effect, then they are snookered. Maybe. Trying to get my head around that now. I can see where you're coming from. About the actual application, I'm not sure. Like, because you'll compare it to Skill Drain. I think if Skill Drain gets banned or limited, then you might be like, okay, cool, this might be a good option. But I can't think of a massive difference. I'm also missing one of these. What the hell is going on, man? Did I empty out all my deck boxes? I probably didn't. No, of course I didn't. That would have been too smart of me. I really want to give this a run. I saw someone use it. I think it was the Greek. Is it Greece? Greece YCS or something? I saw someone use that and I was like, lol. Because I was playing around with it, like trying to test it out. And I saw someone use it and I was like, yo, that's a great thing. It's a great bit of play. Okay, well I'm missing a Chimera. My super body targets. Damn. It's the issue with the Nadir package is it takes up so much space. Doesn't really give you, like, if you're going to play the fire package as well, it doesn't really give you a lot of space to do that, which is an issue. These are more hand traps. Side deck cards. Where the hell is my second Chimera then? The issue, just too many bloody cards. And that's what happens when you have too many bloody cards. I do honestly try and tidy these up every so often. I'll go through like a proper tidy it all up, and then 5 minutes later I'm like, oh damn, that deck would be really kind of cool to rebuild, and I rebuild it, I'm like, made a mess again. Oh, there's a Ubel Loving Defender. That can go over here somewhere because I'll sort that out later. Graveyard, semi-skill drain, then Ubel effects will still trigger in the graveyard. So they still trigger, right? Hang on, let me just have a look at this. Each time a monster effect is activated, place a spell counter on this card. Maximum 2. While this card has 2 spell counters, neither player can activate the effects of face-up monsters on the field. Also, the effects of face-up monsters on the field are negated. It's only the field, right? Ubel still triggers in the graveyard through skill drain. Or am I missing something? Hello, Andy. Hello, Stefan. Then Ubel effects will still trigger in the graveyard. Graveyard plus Moment of Pain. Yeah, but so skill drain still works under skill drain, which is why the deck's so good. I actually won a match against Tempai because of skill drain. Because as soon as you put them in the battle phase, they're still forced to attack. The only issue is if they make the level 10, you have to skill drain before that, and then they have to make sure they don't go into the battle phase, even though they're forced to still go into the battle phase. So they still have to try and play around it that way. What was I looking for? Oh, Chimera. I really want to use that as well. Oh, there we go. That's the other hand traps I'm going to need. Typhoon, might need that. That needs to go elsewhere as well. So do they. So does that. There we go. There's the other hand traps. Where is the Chimera? Just grinding my way through getting these Ubel done. I'm nearly there on Ubel. The issue is just, again, it's just all these engines, and you're like, I want to play that engine and that engine and that engine. And you're like, oh, hang on a minute, bro. Like, if you play all of those engines, you're just suffocating the rest of the extra deck. There's Nightmare Phoenix. Like, I even forgot about Nightmare Phoenix. Can we have a minute to actually talk about why Nightmare Phoenix wasn't in the rarity collection? Like, bruh. This card's been deserving a rarity upgrade for ages. The highest is CR. Right, okay, so if I play in the deer... got to find where that Chimera is now. Don't know where that is. I don't know what it is. Yeet. My dragon. Starving Venom. I'm telling you, someone's going to get slapped with a Starving Venom at some point, and they're going to be like, oh my god, they're using Starving Venom. Oh my god, you killed Ubel, you bastard. Exactly, it works. If I remember right, through skill drain is limited, or am I getting mixed up with other floodgates? I'm thinking of probably probability of drawing it. Oh yeah, no, skill drain's not limited. Skill drain's at 3, believe it or not. But yes, if skill drain does get limited, then yeah, that card pretty much becomes... I mean, it still means your opponent gets to activate 2 monster effects, which is not something you ideally want them to be doing anyway. But can't stop them all the time. Oh, Mento. Oh, I can't wait for you to get your new support. It's going to be so good. I've now lost my second Chimera. I know where my first Chimera is. It's in here. But what about second Chimera? Only would have been used in 2 decks. Ubel and Chimera. And I chose not to use it the last time. And I think the last time I put it in... Is it here? Is it like sitting at the back of this? No, that's Caesar. Pretty sure all my main deck boxes are empty. Yeah. Somewhere. Okay. Still trying to work my way through Ubel. There's a pile of cards somewhere that will have it in, and I'll be like, ah, damn. SP obviously bounces around too many decks right now as well, so I can't even really pin that down to a specific card. I was going to play Salamangrates, but then I saw in the Italian Nats that loads of people were playing Salads, and I'm like, I think people are now going to be semi-prepared for that. Doesn't help. They weren't exactly battering Snake Eyes either. But then I did also see the 60 card FTK version, which I thought was hilarious. Because I used the Charmers. There it is. Bosh. Oh, that's why that is here, because this has got some of my other cards I was going to utilise as well. Prohibition for the win, my G. What else we got here? Don't think I need any of this. No, but I might need those. So, the question is, for Ubel, let's try and tidy these up and out of the way. For Ubel, I don't ever really want to be going into time, so I shouldn't need to be using Gustav Max, but I know there will be a point where that will come up and I'll be like, God damn it, I wish I had a Gustav Max. Now, that's a staple. This is only going to be used if you play in the Deer. That's only going to get used if you play in the Deer. That's getting used if you play Super Poly, which you're already main decking Super Poly anyway, which means you're also playing that. This is only if I play the Fire Kings, the Fire Engine, which just gives you Graveyard Recursion. SP, Yama, Rage, Love and Defender. Staples, okay? 100% staples. There's no way you can debate that. So that's 4 that are staples. I'm worried about, until we get Phantom of Ubel, Gym Buster goes in. So if I'm going to be playing it that weekend, it's going to be Gym Buster. Then Veratus. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards that are definite staples, right? Appaloosa probably should be a staple as well. It's 9. I liked Anguish, which is 10. So we've got 5 slots to play around with. Muck Crocker is another one that can be considered. Could consider Relinquish Anima and Dart the Dark Charmer, but if you're playing in the Deer package, you're going to be playing App Cologne and Winder. So that's 2 more slots. I wanted to try Nightmare Griffin, but there isn't really enough to. It's not dark. That's the issue. You want a dark link monster that you're. I kind of want to put Abomination in. I just feel like being able to link with my opponent's monster to get into Abomination could be really useful. But if you do that, that only leaves 4 slots, and you're like, right, okay, so 4 slots is Nadir package. And I haven't put Schism in here yet. Anyway, guys out. What do you think about, is that tier in this format? I feel that they're too underpowered, and what I mean by that is they're not massively consistent. Now they can do well. I'm not saying they can't do well, so don't take it that way. Oh, there you go, there's Schism. They can do well, but I feel decks like they just have really bad match. I feel that Snake Eyes can generally play against them, are just generally better. And then I feel when they face some of the lower end decks like Ubel and like Kashtira's, because they have the ability to play Shifter, it's a lot more difficult. Not that everyone is playing Shifter, but I just don't feel that they're one of the strongest decks out there. I feel if you're going to play it, you play it with Light Swans, and that's just like the best way of doing it. But okay, so what are we at? I've got 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 4 spaces to play with. And those 4 spaces are either going to be Nadir Servant options, which I just like being able to wind lock my opponent because then they cry. I definitely feel that I've been missing a dark too many times, okay? There's been too many times when I've used Abomination and my only other option is to go into like I've either gone into, like, you ideally want to go into SP, right? But there has been times when I'm like, okay, cool, I can't go into SP anymore because I've already used it. So maybe Abomination needs to go in. What other dark links are there that's worth going for? Trispania, Topologic Trispania. Oh, gold. Banish as many of those monsters as possible. Also, as many spells and traps on the field. That's the issue, is every spell. Bomber as well. Oh, yo. Is it Topologic? Where are the Bomber Dragons in here? Topologic Bomber Dragon. If another monster is special to a zone, a link monster points to while this monster is on the field, destroy all monsters in the main monster zone. Also, your other monsters cannot attack for the rest of the turn. After damage calculation, if it attacks an opponent's monster, inflict damage. And then what's the other one? Zeroboros. Oh, I used to love Zeroboros. If another monster is special summoned to a zone, link monster positive while this monster is on the field. Banish all cards on the field. Oh, it's all cards though. I suppose if you were to do anything like that, you'd probably want to be using Bomber, just because Bomber only destroys monsters in the main monster zones. Oh, so if you hold back a Grave Squirmer, you can actually trigger Bomber Dragon. Okay, that's funny. I'm going to contemplate that one. Contemplate Bomber Dragon. Okay. I mean, my extra deck's kind of there. It's just a little bit messy at the moment. I did try Caesar and it just bit me in the arse way too many times last time when I was trying to test it. So that's a no-go. Okay, we're nearly there on Ubel. It's only taken me nearly an hour to do it. If you didn't run the Nadir package, the Kaiju package is awesome for performing on OTK. You should do more lives like this. It's been good and interesting to see you deck build. I will keep that in mind, Mr. Venom. Right, so that's Ubel. Right, where are my Ubel? Right, so side deck, what we got? We got Cosmic Cyclone, Lightning Storm. Skill Drain is definite. I really want to play Droll, but I feel Shifter's going to be better, isn't it? Where are my Shifters? Ish. Nope, not in that one. Just salted accessory binders, just saying. That's the way to go. Did I put my shifters back? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I want shifters and Drolls. I mean, both of them just end turns in the right matchup. But you'd go 1, 2, 3. Got to change those anyway. 1, 2, 3. I need to get another salted binder. Speaking of. Okay, so 3 shifters. 3 shifters, 3 Drolls. I suppose we try that out. 3 shifters, 3 Drolls. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13, 14. I just really like evenly. I don't think anyone's prepared for evenly. Because then I can break their entire board. Like, that's the one big thing with Ubel as well. Is like you just break their entire board and you're like, alright, bro, you're on your own. So it's like, is Cosmic going to be better than Lightning Storm and Duster? Or does both of them just hurt more? Damn. Two Cosmics and a Duster, okay? That's what we're going to trial out. 2 Cosmics and a Duster. That's what we're going to test. I mean, my side decks are pretty much going to be relatively mirrored, to be honest. It could have been a costly one. So, keep Cosmics to one side. I'll deal with this in a minute. This is the next deck I want to show you guys because I'm really excited about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9, and then Drolls. 10, 11, 12. I just feel like the better players don't care about evenly. They're just like, yeah, okay, cool, you hit me with an evenly, I'll just rebuild next turn anyway. And that's the thing, is like a lot of people just hold back so much, not like deliberately hold back, but they have a lot of their, because we're in this hand trap format, it's like evenly doesn't really do a lot. It just means that they could just go, okay, cool, well, you've lost your battle phase. To try and break my entire board, I'm just going to hand trap you to death. But, I don't know. We'll test it, see how it goes. Obviously, like I said, locals is always going to be different anyway. There's no Nibiru either. Like, I haven't put Nibiru in. That's a hand trap a lot of people aren't considering either. There's just so much missing. I suppose it's really going to come down to either Droll, it'll be a combination of Droll, Shifter and Nibiru, like a mixture of that lot. Okay, I am officially benching Ubel now, okay? I'm going to say it, Ubel, as far as I'm concerned, is ready for testing. We'll give it a whirl, and it'll either work the way I want it to, or it won't. But I'm happy with that one now. Okay, cool. Move those back there. Let's go back. Let's go to my exciting one. My exciting one is a pendulum deck, but it's a pendulum deck that I really enjoy. No, it's not Terra. It's not Speedroids. Don't worry. It's Magispecters, my guys. Magispecters. We are going to be building Magispecters. Whoa. Okay, so trying to put these together as I last remember it. Triple Porcupine, Triple Bambuku, Triple Yata, highest rarity of rare. Blech. Where's my Kirin? No, I was playing the Super Heavy Samurai engine. I'm not going to be playing that anymore because I'm playing the Speedroid engine. There's my Kirin. Necro Valley. Where's Necro Valley? I had it. God damn it. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Man, why is it always 27? 28? Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Ugh. The sleeves don't even look right either. You can see like a different thing. Battery on the camera's going to die. No! So we charge batteries. Just looked up at the right time. Mr. Stogan, yeah, I couldn't make Nats last year and that sucked. Because I really enjoy it. I've lost count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, 28. 28. So, oh, has this got all the... Damn it. Just going to see all of my camera displays now. Apologies. There we go. Clear that out. What did I get to? 28. Okay, so 28. 29 is going to be Necro Valley. So, if 29 is Necro Valley, only gives you 11 spaces for hand traps. That's annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 spaces for hand traps. What are these 11 that we are going to main deck? I mean, it'd be silly not to be main decking Ash and Imperms, right? Speaking of, I need to find where my gold Imperms are. I don't think there was any cord bind there either. Let's go with gold Ashes. No Imperms. I haven't even put Prosperity in here either. I should really be putting Prosperity in this deck. That's a no-brainer, right? Pretty sure I had Prosperity in there last time. Which works out nicely. My gold Imperms are in here, I think. And my Prosperities. And my common Ashes. Just going to rinse all of my other decks just for literally this weekend and be like, yep, done and dusted. Yeah, okay. Oh, and there was a Talons. Ah, that would have been bad. Missing it. I'd be like, where's my third Talons? Okay, well, considering this is the second one I'm putting together, let's make this my gold hand trap set. 2 Prosp, 3 Ash, what are we at? Just 10 past 9. I've got a Dark Magician profile coming out tomorrow, so keep an eye on that, and then I guess I'll be doing updates on all of these as well, just in the lead up to Nats. and thereafter. So for the 11, once we've put the ashes in, put the 2 prosperities in, that's 8, so it leaves us with 3 spaces. I guess we're going for protection against hand traps rather than general stopping the hand traps. I suppose the issue is, like, if Cosmic and Duster's around, they just blow out my scales anyway. So it's got to hold back scales. Not really too worried about evenly. Protecting Nui, that's the issue. Like, if everyone's on hand traps, like, to have to Ash Blossom everything else and then just imperm Nui, it's like, blah. And the Nui is 2 pendulums. I think one of them's 2 pendulums. Yeah, Nui is 2 pendulums, including the Magic Specter, and then beyond is 2 effect monsters, including the pendulum. So, okay. So that's the hand traps. Bar 2. Now I need to sort those out because they're all on, from what looks like it, different sleeves, which is annoying. Four spaces. What do those 4 spaces become? Well, 3 spaces if you include Necro Valley. Talents, I suppose, is the most punishing. Talents and Call By. Now, ironically, I actually think 1 Crossout would be better than 1 Call By. 2 talents and 1 Call By. Is that copium or is that smarts? I think that's better. Well, only one way to find out, I suppose. Let's go. Yeah, let's go 1 Crossout. I've got to be protective. Do I need to protect against Nibiru? Can I get a negate out before I get nibbed? I don't think. Well, yeah, I suppose if I'm worried about nib, I have to go down a different route. So if we go 2 talents and 1 Crossout, is that what we're saying? Saying 2 talents and a Crossout. Crossouts aren't in this build. Where are my Crossouts? Oh, there's more stuff here. Oh no, my Crossouts are. Crossout. We're saying 2 talents and a Crossout. Just look through this. I swear I saw. There you go. I wasn't going mad. I was like, I definitely saw talents. Oh, but then I don't want talents in Ubel. Probably do actually. We're saying 2 talents and we're saying 1 Crossout, which is in there. Just because, I mean, I'm already. Well, what's my Crossout going to hit? My Crossout is either going to hit an Ash or it's going to hit a. It hits Ash or it hits Imperm, which, in fairness, are the 2 most damaging hand traps against me. Like, Nibiru's probably the other one. That could be pretty damaging to me, but I suppose we've got to try and protect against that one early doors. I mean, I'll probably bait out the Ash early anyway. So there we go, right, okay, cool. So we're going to test out the 1 Crossout and see if that's more beneficial for us or not. And then I've got to find Necro Valley. And then I'll start building my side deck. For this deck anyway. There's the Crossout. Necro Valley. I think it's in here. If it's not, I'm going to have to look at my binder. I swear I've seen it. That's the annoying thing. I swear I've seen it this morning somewhere. So I saw it in my dream. Like I knew I was going to be building this deck again. Necro Valley. I mean, I could always bump it to a 42 card deck. It's not exactly set in stone. I mean, an ogre on all my scales can be pretty painful. No Necro Valleys in here. That's disappointing. Okay, well, I guess we're going down this route then. Not that I want to. I don't think it's in this one. Necro Valley. Do I bump it to 42? Kind of defeats the object, doesn't it? Bum, bum. It's not going to be in this. Where did I put you? Oh no, it is. There it is. Bosh. Dun, 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 dun. Right, Necro Valley. I suppose Necro Valley also kind of hurts you Ubel matchup. Okay, so that's the main deck. I'm happy with that. I'll sort out the side deck in a minute. Let's try and sort out the extra decks. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Not sure I need that, but you never know. 12. Gonna need Apo. 13. Because I have to look to try and figure out what I played last time. Actually, I'm not going to use that IP. Let's use... Definitely saw an IP earlier. I was like, I want to use that one. Do I need access as the killer? I probably do. Probably need access to be like, right, cool, game over. But I don't know what it kind of ends up having in the grave by the time I do it. I think only it's like 2. So I'll have a look at my old version. See what I used last time. What did I use last time? I played the Selene. No, didn't play Selene Dark. That's the... I did use access code last time. SP, access. Maybe we do need to use, so access maybe is the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we've got 2 spaces. So 14, which is already in the sleeve, so that's just meant to be. But then, what do we make the 15th? What can that do to help us? How can that be of most effect for it? It's like, how bad do you rely on the Draco Slayers? How bad do you add a bit of spice in? Madman. Don't really want to play a 60 card version of this deck. There's just no need to. Cross Sheep, Princess Firelock, is that even really worth it? I mean, there are some flex spots, so if you don't rely on Rui at 2 and Nui at 2, do get to open up a bit more. Is cross sheep that effective for the deck? Is everyone like on crazy man stuff? Is everyone like... Is everyone on cross sheep? Is cross sheep... The Gusto Emerald, Nightmare Unicorn, Selene. Tell you what, I've got flex spots, so for now, let's go with Typhon. Ah, SP will be in here as well. Duh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14 will be SP. So SP's 14. Okay. So we're missing one. I've just got to figure out what one I'd want to put in here. Okay, fine. I can work with that. I can work with that. Alright, we're nearly done to bench this. So let's go with Drolls in this one. Let's go Nibiru's, because then we can counter cross out with that. Don't want to side ogres. Don't know. What about bestials? Ooh, bestials could be good. As well, droplets. A droplet's going to be effective for... Do I need droplets in this? Probably not. Definitely need back row hate, that's no doubt. So, cosmics for sure. I mean, I've got gold rolls somewhere. Yeah, let's go with the gold roll. Let's keep it within theme, shall we? So, triple cosmic, triple drolls. Nibby boys. Do we go more monsters on this one? I mean, I don't even have Fenrir's in this build either. Storms. I mean, I reckon back row, like, people are definitely going to be playing in back row for the matchup, right? Surely. So I just call Harpy's Feather Duster and just laugh. Did I actually even have a call buy in here? No, because I chose to go cross out instead. Maybe it would be pretty funny then to be playing stuff like even these as kind of counters to the side deck, but then you need to be like thinking a million steps ahead, because it's like, okay, my opponent's going to be putting in this, I'm going to put in that. My one person hits me with a flipping... That one person that hits you with a... Oh, gone. It's gone completely. Be careful, Cash Tira, is it seeing a lot more representation at larger events now? Yeah, I saw that. I've had a lot of people ask me about cash cards as well. I'm like, really? We're going back there, are we? I've seen people play Book of Eclipse as well, and quite a lot of builds using Book of Eclipse. Quite like Book of Eclipse, to be honest. Phantasme, not that I need to worry about targeting anyway. DD Crows, Denkos are also pretty funny, especially in the stun matchup. But alright, let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's go 14, 15. Let's go more aggression, shall we? I guess we're going to find out if... Oh, were all the gold set for the other one? I don't think I'm going to de-sleeve these then. Because if they're already preset for that, I might as well leave it like that. Sorry, guess we're going to keep that and that. That could be de-sleeved. Find secret nibs. Not sure how I feel about Eclipse right now. Don't know how effective that's going to be. Oh, Secret Village. I'm going to be putting Secret Village in. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm missing one card. 10, 11. 12. 13, 14, 15. Right. Oh, it only gives you one space in the beer. It's not good enough. Where's my Nibiru's? Oh man, this season sucks. Don't like this format. Really want to play like unexpected stuff. I just think unexpected like cards are just so much fun now. Because when people are like, what is that? And that does what now? You're like, yeah, it does this, and they're like, oh, god damn. Don't know what my secret Nibiru's are. More stuff here, but not stuff I'm looking for. I think we're getting close to the wrap-up point. And there's still one deck that I haven't even looked at yet. Damn, deck building for... don't know how long this has been. Probably went live. I went live at 8. It's been about an hour and a half of deck building. Or deck preparations, I suppose. Don't know where my secret nibs are. I have to find them anyway. Let's go. Let's put those there. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to do the last one, to be honest. But I don't know if it 2 evenlies or 3. Let's go 2 evenlies and we'll go 2 nibs when I find them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Cool. Okay, so that is 1 down. That's 2 down. For now, anyway. Whether it works or not. That's why we test. That's 2. This is still missing pieces. It's not really ready. Not really ready just yet, unfortunately. I have to sleep on that one. Try and figure out more on that one later on. Right, I need to pack those. Let's do the penultimate one. Don't know how much space we're going to get for it, but let's go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Has to be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What were the 2 that I'm missing? I know one of them is Princess. That's 14. SP the other one? SP might have been the other one. That's the 15. SP's in bloody everything. What does it matter? Okay, that's all side deck stuff. So what we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So 14 card space, and I probably want a second debug. Right, so 14 spaces. I don't know pretty much what I'm going for straight away. So it'd be 1, 1, 2, 3, cross out 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In perm would be 10, 11, 12. I suppose Mourner's the next one. 13, 14. That's relatively straightforward on those ones, I guess. 1, 2. See, what would have been smart is if I put these all in the same sleeve, and then I could just bounce hand traps around, but I'm not that smart. Cross out, let's go! Okay, so we're nearly wrapping up now. Any final questions? Get them in. Whew. I mean, 2.5 decks sorted for tomorrow for testing. I mean, there's only really... I mean, I need to test 3 of them. I'm kind of happy with 1 of them. And when I say happy, I'm happy to take it or leave it kind of thing. Kind of like, yeah, if I get a chance to play it, or like... Because I'm kind of reserved that if the card that I want gets announced, then I'll probably take it to Euros. If it doesn't get announced, then it's like, okay. Right, so we're at 3, which is the missing imperms. We'll sort out in a minute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Boom. Bang on 40. Right. And then there's that. No, the 2 that are missing on that one. So that's just the 15 in the extra. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. And then 14, 15 being 2 cosmics. For now, anyway. There's a lot of back row hate in most of my decks. Could very easily become rain shutting down. do I have any sleeves with the right colour left? Could very easily become something else. Oh, there we go, that one. Those. I mean, I don't mind the idea of the 60 card version, so I might bring the extra 20 cards and be like, okay, let's see if that works. Not that I want to be FTKing people, because that's just boring, but... speaking of, where are the cards or the pieces for it? I think more people are going to be prepared for it because Italian Nats are using it, so I can't imagine it's going to be that effective. But that might be something I'll look into later on down the line. I know I need that, and then I also need... where is the main big binder? Question is, was I on 2020 Future Thinking? Did I organise it correctly? Pretty sure I've seen it somewhere. Yep, cool. Basically, what makes it FTK? Something to be aware of, I guess, and test against tomorrow. Right, Bosch. We are 80% there. Thank you every single one of you that did watch live. That was a very eventful live stream of approximately an hour and a half. So, like I said, any questions are by all means, please put in the comments down below. I'm always happy to answer them, no matter what. But for now, as absolutely always, stay safe. Stay safe. Stay safe, stay safe, stay safe, and of course, happy dueling. That didn't work. That was awkward. Awkward ending. Happy dueling.